I'm often asked, can I have this colour or that colour, and with as much interest as possible through the season, probably the summer season into the autumn. And so this is a border with purple tones. Hello, I'm Rosie Hardy. This is Rosie Hardy Gardening. Now I've set this up, it's very much a display bench. I have utilised 3s of plants and maybe 5s in a clump to give you an idea of how big the plants will actually get when they are mature. So ignore the fact that the pots are really close together. The idea, what you want to be looking at is from here. So you want to be looking above the pot height at what size these clumps are going to get to. I have utilised in here tones of purple, so not just purple flower but purple foliage of different hues and purple stems, and then lovely blue to purple flowers at the far end there with pops of what will be purple. Now this is basically 7 varieties, although there's a cheating variety which are the alliums which are tucked in there, and those are what I call my pops of colour, and those are the sorts of things that you would add in as annuals or biennials just to give you something extra in the border when there's a quiet time. So you could, I've in this case utilised alliums. I've utilised Allium sphaerocephallon here. Now at the moment it's just long narrow stems with green buds on them at the moment, and then eventually those will turn purple, so it's still within, and then they will stay there looking good when the flower heads have gone off. So why does this look so full and different? Because I have used the tricks that I would normally use, and that is to look at the stem colour, the flower colour, the leaf colour, the shapes of the leaves. We have got purple leaves of the Actaea at the far end there, beautiful strong purple colour, which are flat, and they are palmate, so they're flat like this. Next to that you've got the grass, Calamagrostis, and that one is Karl Foerster. Karl Foerster, the top, the flower heads are a purple hue at this time of the year before they open up and soften, but you've got that lovely vertical of the green of both the stem and the straightness of the actual leaf. So that gives you a complete contrast. Then coming over to this Artemisia at this end, where it has got the most beautiful dark purple stems, pale green foliage. It's the same colour purple as the purple at the far end there, so your eye is drawn to it. And then on the top, this will have pinky, sort of purple hue pink flower heads, but they're very light and bobbly, and when they're in bud like this, it's just airy and it fills up. It's going to make a big clump, that's why it's sitting at the back there. Then you come down in height to something with tubular flowers, and this is your Penstemon, and it's a beautiful purple. This particular Penstemon is called sour grapes. Now sour grapes is, and this is the true form, has these clusters at the top where the flowers are held in a cluster rather than being all the way up the stem. So they are a cluster of flowers on here. Lovely purple, and again you get this purple tint to the actual stem of the flowers as well. Moving on from the Penstemon, we've then got the solid growth of the Hylotelephium. This is Hylotelephium Matrona, so it's not the most deepest purple of foliage, but it is a purple tint, and again a purple red stem there going all the way up to these lovely flower heads at the top here, which will be a creamy pink, so it's still within our sort of remit there. And then you move on to the fantastic Erigeron Quakeress. Now that's got low growing foliage, so that's going to be a low mound to start off with, then up it comes, and again the Erigeron has got beautiful purple stems, and then a lilac purple flower, which is a soft daisy, so it breaks up what we've got. You've got tubular, you've got flat heads here, you've got a daisy, and then at the end you go to a spike, and the spike is a salvia, and this one I've chosen is Salvia Ostfriesland. It's one of the nemorosa types, so it is a clump former, and again it's got that lovely purple violet type flower, which is great. It's very much uprights and spikes, but multi-branched, and the bracts, that's the bit that holds the flower there or on the buds, have that purple hue in them as well. So what I'm looking for is things that go in, so tones that go together, the stem colour, the bud colour, the leaf shape, the variation, and you only need a few plants with completely different shape of leaf, different shape of flower, and you can soon get interest in your borders. And this works really nicely as a group of plant material. As I say, the little pops here of the Allium, that's just so that you've got a little bit of interest when one or two of these are not in full flower. And it looks great. It is a really good border. You know, it would mix well. You could repeat this down a border and it would look fantastic. The plants at the back are going to get big. The plants at the front will do to a certain height, and then when they've finished, they're down, or when they start, their foliage is low. All of the foliage is of a different shape. It's a different colour, and that's why this works. This is painting with flowers. I can't paint, I can't do flower arranging, but I know how to put the plants together like this, picking out certain bits of the plant itself, and it's not all about the flower. It's about texture, it's about shape, it's about the hue and the colours that go together. So from this end, let's take a little closer look. So this is the Salvia Ostfriesland, and what I was talking about were these purple little bits at the back of the flower, which give it a much darker sort of tone, and then they're also on the bud here, and that tones in really well with the Actaea here, this lovely flat leaf. So you've got a flat leaf almost like an umbrella sitting over the top of these beautiful spikes, and then you go into the soft daisy here with its fabulous colour on the stem there. Now this just floats around, so you've gone from spike to daisy from flat, and then you go into the grass. And this is the grass I'm talking about here. So this has got a purple head there. It's got these lovely uprights. So you've gone from something that is very much horizontal to something that is vertical. And it is these changes in what you're looking at that make the difference as to how you look at everything. Because if we had just put spikes in here, yes, they'd all be different colours and tones, but it would just be regimented. This way, you soften it. This is regimented, that is soft, that is soft. Then you go regimented again, and then you go soft. So it's all feeding in together. It is all purple tones, a little bit of lavender, and that is what I like to work with. Then again, at this end, the daisy goes into the really quite solid here of the Hylotelephium. But when the Hylotelephium comes in, its flower is that good colour into this fabulous Penstemon, which looks great and will flower and flower and flower, with the good dark stems here of the Artemisia. The Artemisia here has this wonderful dark purple stem, and then the flower head is up at the top here, and it is as I said, it is a pinky colour, but it has purple hints, so therefore it fits in very well with what I'm trying to achieve with this border. Let's look at the purple tones a little bit closer. You see how the Penstemon here is this lovely purple, good strong purple, and then behind it you get those upright purple stems of the Artemisia with its pale green divided foliage. So the foliage from the Penstemon, which is very much a linear type of foliage, you get cut foliage behind with the purple, then you get the solid leaf of the Hylotelephium. Here the solid leaf of the Hylotelephium moves into the really beautiful soft daisy of the Erigeron with the upright spikes of the green of the grass behind, the Calamagrostis. And then at the end you get the upright spikes of the Salvia with the beautiful purple foliage of the Actaea behind. This all mixes well together. Thank you very much for watching, and please do subscribe to the channel. If you want to watch another video of mine, YouTube thinks this one is perfect for you.